The Fever, they came into this game as double-digit underdogs, but they pull it off. How did they get it done, especially without Caitlin Clark in the lineup?
Kelsey, honestly, I'm still stunned.
Did ESPN really think no one would notice their bias? Before the Commissioner's Cup even began, they had already counted the Indiana Fever out. No Caitlin Clark, no chance. That was their storyline. But what actually happened shocked everyone. The Fever didn't just show up, they flipped the script. ESPN's confidence in their prediction came off smug, but sports have a way of humbling even the loudest voices.
What is the argument going to be now? Where are we going to move the goalpost? Because Caitlin Clark has a championship.
For days leading up to the game, ESPN pushed the same tired message. The Fever didn't stand a chance. Their analysts didn't just expect a loss. They dismissed the entire team. One even joked that it wouldn't be a contest without Clark. Headlines claimed Minnesota had the win locked up, and social media clips showed ESPN laughing off Indiana's hopes. They made it sound like the game was over before it started.
Lynx dominate Fever to win Commissioner's Cup. Folks, ESPN and whoever works over there, they thought it was a good idea to get ahead of things, to already plan out a live throwing a victory parade for the Minnesota Lynx because they, what did they used to say? Dominate the Fever to win the Commissioner's Cup. Lo and behold, they had no idea, because they don't watch the games over there, that the Indiana Fever were beating the Minnesota Lynx for 80% of this game.
But this wasn't real analysis. It was disrespect, plain and simple. The message was loud. Indiana was just there to watch Minnesota win. That stung for fans and players alike. But instead of backing down, Fever supporters took to social media to call ESPN out. Tweets poured in demanding respect. The fans rallied hard, posting messages like, "Keep doubting us, we're taking notes." The energy around Indiana was growing, even if no one else believed in them.
The Minnesota Lynx go on a 12-0 run, taking the lead. So maybe this is when they, the Fever, the Lynx dominate the Fever to win the... Maybe that's when they thought it was a good idea, but they didn't realize that Stephanie White called a timeout after that, and the Indiana Fever went on a 14-0 run themselves, took the lead, and didn't look back from that point on.
Every dismissive comment became motivation. And when the game began, it was clear the Fever weren't following ESPN's script. They came out strong, taking an early lead that caught everyone off guard. Even when Minnesota went on a big run, the Fever didn't crumble. Coach Stephanie White called a smart timeout, reset the team, and they answered with a huge run of their own. Suddenly, ESPN's sure thing didn't look so sure.
I think they're doing a lot of things well. The Fever are a team that has been through a lot, right, this year with Caitlin's injury. Everyone knows about Wnba deciding that this wasn't a good fit for her. I mean, there's been multiple lineup changes. Stephanie White has had to miss some time for personal reasons. But it seems like that has all just made this Indiana Fever team more resilient.
ESPN's story was falling apart, one play at a time. Every shot, every defensive stop sent a message. We hear you, and we're not backing down. The crowd was fired up, but the real panic was happening in ESPN's control room. Their pregame predictions were crumbling, and fast.
Tonight, what I learned is they have what it takes. I mean, they played 5 of their last 6 games on the road coming in here, and if you can win games on the road like they did, in an environment like they won in tonight, the sky's really the limit.
And while ESPN focused all week on who wasn't playing, the athletes on the court were putting on a show. Natasha Howard, barely mentioned by analysts, played like a star, 16 points, 12 rebounds, and she didn't miss a single free throw. She let her game do the talking.
Tasha's a pro that flies under the radar in this league, and not a lot of people respect what she does or bring to the table. She's won on every level, overseas, WNBA, and I think that we got to give her flowers a little bit more. I also think that down the stretch, I thought we did whatever we needed to do to make the play, and down the stretch, that was for Tosh. Be what we need to be for each other, and I think it was her role, it was her game.
Sophie Cunningham, who'd been struggling, came off the bench and hit huge three-pointers when they mattered most. Role players like Ari McDonald and Michaela Timpson stepped up and made ESPN's hot takes look silly. The team ESPN ignored became the talk of the night. Every time Minnesota tried to come back, it was another nope from the Fever.
We've had so many ups and downs, so many different things that's happened throughout the course of the season up to Commissioner Cup. We haven't even got through a portion of the season, honestly. So to have so much going on and still stay consistently for each other, I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
As the Fever pulled away, ESPN's coverage grew awkward. The confident tone was gone, replaced by backtracking and awkward praise. The post-game show tried to save face, but the damage was done. Clips of analysts stumbling over their words started trending. Behind the scenes, Fever players made it clear they heard everything. In interviews, they talked about the disrespect and used it as fuel. What was meant to shake them only made them stronger. Fans flooded social media with receipts, side-by-side videos of ESPN's dismissive takes and Indiana's win. Hashtags like #receipts and #ESPNexposed started trending. Even rival fans joined in to roast ESPN's bad calls. No amount of spin could cover up how wrong they were. In the end, the Fever didn't just win a game, they proved a point. When people write you off, sometimes the best answer is to prove them wrong on the biggest stage. Was this the upset of the year, or just the beginning of a new era? Let us know what you think. And if you're tired of one-sided takes, hit that subscribe. We've got more truth coming your way. Fever fans, this one's for you.